Yeah, we are live.
Ah,
And I have a very special guest, if you can see her down there. It's the lovely Lisa Berry, also known as Billie the Reaper. Hey, Lisa!
hi. It is so great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. I'm so glad and grateful that you joined us. Oh, so exciting. You made such a badass intro into our lives. It was like, as soon as the episode was over, oh my God, I have to reach out to you. So
I'm so
thank
glad
you.
you did.
We are going to, I have to unfortunately put these on. I gotta read for a second. And I have a very special guest, if you can see her. I gotta turn up the volume on my YouTube. The lovely Lisa Berry, also known as. My apologies.
No worries.
Don't you love live stuff?
I love live.
Okay, so we are being joined by Carrie so far is in the chat window. So everybody, I just want you to know if you have any questions for Lisa, please put them in the chat window and I will make sure that Lisa hears it and that she can answer you guys. And also, at the end of the interview, we are going to be giving away, I'm going to debut it now just to get people hopefully a little excited. This is called Billie's Warning.
I love it. Ooh. Oh, that is nice. That is
And there's one
beautiful.
for you too, actually. So.
Oh, that is beautiful. I love it. Thank you.
So at the end of the interview, we'll have a trivia question, and the first person to get the question right will win. So let's get started. Okay, right. Let the games begin. Okay, so you have an incredibly well-rounded repertoire. You've done TV, you've done theater, you've done film, and you've obviously got a very beautiful voice as well. Do you have a preference in one way or another of where you prefer to perform?
No, I kind of love to do work that just really feeds my soul. Pun intended. It's a lot of fun being an actor, and I feel really blessed to have had the variety in my career that I've had. I love so long as the work is rich, I really don't care what medium it is.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Going back to your voice, actually, and you and I had a discussion about your voice last night and how you prepped for the Odette scene.
Yeah.
So you want to share that with our audience?
Yeah, I was really fortunate enough to, and it's all like coincidence, one coincidence after another. When I was told that I got this part, because initially I had gone in and I'd read for another role. So I did not know about this Billie character at all. And so my managers called me up and said they didn't give you that role. And I was like, that's okay. And then they said, but they would like you to look at this other character, Billie. And I was like, okay. And at the time, that's all I had. That was the only bit of information that I had was the character's name is Billie. Do you want it? And I was like, yes. Anything to do with supernatural, I will say yes. So then as the character got developed more and more, I found out that she was a Reaper, and then I found out that she got to sing, and I was like, what is happening? This is every dream kind of unfolding right before my eyes, like one day after another, which was crazy. So I Googled Vancouver singing teachers, and Mark Shields came up, and he has a studio that he works out of, and I've tweeted out about who he is, so you can check my Twitter account to see who that was and how to get in contact with him. If there are any singers out there that live in Vancouver, and he was really great. He worked with all like just helping me figure out how the key sits in my voice and how I could make it my own, and just really help with my confidence more than anything, just because I was intimidated. I'll admit it. I mean, when I heard the song that they asked me to sing, I was like, are you sure? Like, that I know what song you're talking about, but absolutely, they were just like, just make it your own and bring your own flavor to it. You know, don't change it too much, but just bring your own style to it. And I was like, okay. So he just really helped me bring my confidence to it that I could actually just make it my own. And he was so awesome to work with. And then Phil Screesha, who was the executive producer and director of the episode, was really, really great with just letting me do my own thing and just, you know, gave me feedback of just like, I love it. And I was like, okay, well, if you're happy with it, I'm going to be happy with it too. So I didn't get too heady about it, but it was a fun journey for sure.
Now, you're a huge fan of the show.
Yes.
So how was it singing in front of Jared Padalecki? Was that intimidating?
Oh. You know, I will be honest, I had to meditate like just in my trailer. Like I'm calling myself right out. I had to meditate in my trailer and just calm everything down, because there's the nerves that you get, you know, anytime you start work on something new. And then there's the nerves you get of like, am I good enough? Will they like what I do? And then there's just the nerves that I didn't even know about, which were, now you're working on one of your favorite shows, which was a whole other bucket of worms to deal with. So I really just said to myself, Lisa, just take a second and just calm your mind. And you've done this so many times before. You are going to be great. Like, I kind of had to give myself a little pep talk. So I'm outing myself in front of Jared, in front of all of the Supernatural fans, in front of everybody, the Supernatural family. I just had to give myself a little, you can do this. You're talented, you're trained, you're ready to do this, you can do this. And so I just gave myself a little pep talk. And by the time I got the knock on the door saying, Lisa, we're ready for you, I was like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. And so it was a lot calmer than I thought it would have been, but I think the meditation helped.
That's true. That's true. And it's really great to hear that, you know, you had to psych yourself up and give yourself a pep talk. That's so important. I mean, everybody should, you know, have the confidence to do that, and, you know, just positive reinforcement, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's easy to psych yourself down of just like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. What if I, you know, and like you could go the other way, but I was just really focusing on like, okay, just go with, you've trained, you've focused, you've worked with somebody, you've prepared yourself, and you're ready to go. And it's not like it's theater. You have the option to cut, let's do that again. So I knew that I had that option there as well. So I was like, okay, you can relax a little bit. So that was comforting to know that I could cut and do it again if I needed to.
Well, to take a look over in the chat window, you're getting a lot of Carrie saying that, oh, death gave her chills. And Rogue, she wrote that she cried because her grandmother used to sing that song. And Riley saying, okay, I love her. People saying you owned it. Everybody saying you owned it, totally owned it. Saying you totally owned it and that it was gorgeous. So you've made such a huge impact on the Supernatural family. So, you know, not many characters get to, you know, walk in and threaten Sam Winchester and then walk away. And you did it with such a delivery where you could have been reading a grocery list. You just said it like fact, okay? We're going to have an accident. You know, it was brilliant. So what influences did you pull from to create Billie?
You know, it was a lot of fun to work on this character. I worked with my fiance, who were each other's coaches, because he's also a beautiful actor as well. And we worked on it from the perspective of, you know, you as the, like myself, Lisa, has seen every episode, you know, which I was like, I'm just going to use that as my character's way in, of like, I've watched you boys for the last 10 years and killing my boss was just, that's it. I don't have to listen to my boss anymore because you killed him. I don't have to obey him because you killed him. I don't have to be nice about it because you killed him. So it kind of came out of, I'm getting to say what I've always wanted to say, what I've probably always said to death, and he would kind of just go, Lisa, or Billie, no, no. And you know, like, you know, when you feel like you've talked to your boss and your boss keeps saying no, 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 no to every suggestion that you had. And then all of a sudden your boss is gone and you don't have to listen to those rules anymore, is kind of where I was building Billie from, was from the stance of now that you guys have taken my boss out, I don't have to listen to his rules anymore. So I built it, so it came across a little bit more matter of fact, and I built her from a place of she's actually always wanted to say this, but was never.
Oops, he froze on us. Uh-oh.
Did you freeze?
Yeah, your screen froze on me.
Okay.
Okay, I think we're good.
What was
now.
the last thing you heard?
After you were saying how when your boss is gone, then all of a sudden you have the freedom. And it seemed like, you know, it did come across that, you know what, I've been dying to say this to you for forever, and you had that, and it was so epic, and it was very
awesome.
Very, very powerful.
Awesome.
I mean,
yeah, it was definitely meant to be a warning. It was definitely meant to be a warning.
Which someone in the chat window wanted to see the necklace because they missed it. So that's a good segue. See that? Billie's warning.
Billie's warning.
So
I love it.
Yay! Okay.
Oh, I love it.
Jen is saying death may be dead now, but it's supernatural. Everything dies and comes back. Not necessarily, though.
Yeah.
But, and I mentioned this to you last night when we were doing our test. A friend of mine, Kat Loveland, she and I were talking about Billie, and she said, you know, that's the new death. Billie is going to be death. And I was like, that would be so amazing. And it could, I could see it. And I think we need to start like a Twitter campaign. Billie's the new death. Hashtag Billie's the new death. I mean, how do you feel if that's where your character goes?
I mean, that'd be really cool if that's where Billie ended up going. I think Billie thinks it's a huge responsibility. You know, I think she's, you know, when power is thrust upon somebody, it's definitely a big pill to swallow. But I think you know, you rise to the occasion. I think right now she's probably more focused on just making sure that she gets what she wants and she kind of puts an end to it, which, you know, as a fan of the show, I'm like, no. But as the character, I think she's going after their souls, and she's like, let's put an end to this once and for all.
So that's interesting, because you kind of have to take a schizophrenic approach to everything, because you have the fan side of yourself, and then you have the I am on this friggin' show self.
Yeah.
So do you find yourself struggling with that at all?
You know what? No, because I mean, it makes it for great. It makes it for great television, I think, and really entertaining television. Because I mean, even when I watched the season finale of season 10, I was like, oh, can they do that? Like, can they do that? What happens? Well, what happens to all of the souls? Where do they all go? Who's collecting them now? Like, who's the head in charge? And I mean, I had a ton of questions. So coming in, I was kind of just like, what does Billie do? And I think it was really clear that you're just kind of like, I think you need to have those massive threats, because that's what I love about the show. Is I love when, you know, when it was like, you know, the 66 seals of you know, to unleash Lucifer, and you're just like, yeah, no, there's like 600, but Lilith needs to only break 66 of the seals, and you're like, oh my God, like I love that tension, and you're just like, well, what's gonna happen, or what, you know, like all of those, you know, Dean going to hell or coming back a demon, coming back to light, like all of those moments, you're just like, we need those heightened moments for it to be that, okay. Okay, you know, it gives it that Walking Dead sort of feeling, right? Where you're like on the edge of your seat, and then you're relaxed and comfortable, and just when you feel comfortable, bam, they they spring it on you again. So I think it's really smart writing and producing on Supernatural's part to always bring in somebody who's just like, I'm not here to play games.
That's great. That's great. And you let some Walking Dead fan stuff slip out there too. So we have to have a conversation about that one day, because that's my other obsession. So,
Oh, that's my obsession too. Oh, I absolutely love that show.
did you watch it this past weekend?
I'm at episode 2.
Okay.
So I haven't seen the latest one, but I just saw, like, I'm all about what's going on with Carol. Like, if somebody had told me that, like, at the beginning of the series that I would have been like, I don't think so. Like, your bets are on the wrong people here.
Right.
But she has really, like from a character standpoint, from an actor standpoint, I was like, you have really, like, wow. Like, through 180 a character, and it's really cool. But that's what I love about that show, is you watch people change and evolve and make choices, and it just inspires a conversation after every episode where you're like, how do you maintain your faith and your belief structure when the world has gone to, and it's just so awesome. It's just so awesome. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of The Walking Dead too.
Fantastic. Yeah, I just the writing, they do it in such a, like what you were saying for Carol. I'm only going to spend 2 more minutes on Walking Dead, guys. Sorry. You know, like you were saying in the beginning of the series, if you had known that Carol, she's my ultimate favorite character aside from Daryl Dixon, of course, you know, I wouldn't have believed it. But the way they did it, and they did it in such a credible, believable way, between the writing and between Melissa's performances, you know, it's just, you know, you forget that you're watching a character. It just becomes so real.
Yeah.
And yeah, she is
so subtly great.
Yeah, and now some questions are coming back to her too, where, you know, I forgot which characters. Oh, I think it was Morgan who had said to her, "You don't like killing. You don't like this," and she kind of had a look on her face, like, "Oh, okay." So we're gonna see another layer get peeled off there. So
yeah.
Okay, so sorry about the Walking Dead.
Walking Dead nerd out moment over.
Yeah,
okay.
Sorry. It's got to be there. I'm going to take a look in the chat window here. Okay, so Ojeda is asking, how did you feel seeing the finishing of episode 2? When you saw the finished product, how did you feel about that?
Oh my God, I was blown away. I was just like,
oh,
I'm sorry.
That's my
Video mommy.
No. Sorry.
I was blown away. I was really, you know, when it's rare that, you know, you walk onto a show and you implicitly trust everybody immediately. But because I'm such a huge fan of the show, when Phil was like, "It looks great," I was like, totally believe you, not questioning it at all, because I know their standard, and I know, you know, for me, I've always watched that show and I've always loved the acting and the characters that everybody has created. I just think they really do a great job in casting, in editing, sound. Like, I'm a fan of that show on every conceivable level. Hi, honey. You know,
Hi.
and for me, when I saw it, I was just blown away. I was like, the way that they put everything together, the hand coming in to reap the soul, the way that they layered in the music, the way that it was just all, for me, I was just like, hats off, you guys. Like, I wasn't worried at all, because I was like, I love the way you introduce every character. I love the way that you direct every episode. I'm just such a fan of the show that I felt really secure. And so when I saw the final product, I was like, yeah, that's even better than I thought it was going to be, because they did a really great job. Like, everybody, like, from lighting to sound to camera angles to the, you know, to the way that the final product got edited all together, to, you know, Jared's performance, to everything, the way that they cut it together. It was just, I was like, you did it again. You did it again. I'm just really grateful that I was actually in that. I was like, wow, okay. So it was really cool. It was really, really cool.
That's great. That's great.
I'm going to get something.
Okay, you go get something. And
But, You know why I said oh?
Oh.
Because I couldn't find my cochlear because I was deaf.
Yes. Raven, she has cochlear implants, and she had just gotten out of the tub and didn't have her ears on, so she couldn't hear us until a second ago. But she's cool. Anyway, so back to the chat window. Rogue is saying that we need to get Lisa to a con, and we talked about that last night too. And let's see. Oh, okay. And Rogue's also asking, are you allowed to confirm that you will be coming back?
I am. You will see me again. I can't say when or what episode, but I am going to appear again.
Awesome. Oh, that's great news. That is great news.
What is?
That we will see Lisa in another episode of Supernatural. She can't tell us when, but she will be in another episode.
How do you know?
Because she's on the show. So
yeah, well, it's a good question. Initially, it was supposed to be the one episode, and then I got a call from my manager saying that they wanted to bring my character back. So that was really fun, and the best news I could have ever gotten, because I was more than happy to just do the one, and so to know that I get to come back again is great.
Wow, congratulations. That is fantastic news. So let's talk about some work that you currently have going on. Your recurring character, Nolan, on Continuum.
Yeah.
And also, I went to your website, lisaberrylive.com, and I saw your demo reel, which shows an incredibly diverse range of roles for you. Going back to Nolan seems to be a real kick-ass, badass, you know? And then, so I thought, you know, knowing that's probably, you know, where you seem to be cast most. But then when I saw your reel where you're playing everything from, you know, a vulnerable mom to, you know, like almost like a siren, like your range is incredible.
Thank you.
And I'm trying to find my questions got lost. What is your favorite type of character to play?
I can't lie, I'm playing her now. Like, Billie's it. is that wrong? Like,
no.
It's a wonderful feeling when you get to feel like your career just constantly gets better and better. But this is a beautiful, beautiful character, and I think she's got tons of layers, and she's strong, but she's vulnerable, you know, because she cares that she lost death, and she had a relationship with death. I mean, I'm not giving anything extra there. I just think anybody who's been with somebody for eons will miss them, especially somebody like, you know, Death, who's such an iconic character. But she's my favorite right now. She's pretty fantastic. I mean, she gets to do everything that as an actor I love to do. I rarely get to sing, so getting to sing in this role is amazing, and she gets to be strong and confident, which is again amazing. And she has a very strong point of view and a fightable intention, and that's, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. You know, there's nothing greater than when you come onto a show and you have such purpose and focus, and you get to sing. So for me, this right now, to answer that one, I was like, this is actually it. This is
fantastic.
I can't lie. Yeah.
Oh, Riley has a comment. She wrote that now that you're a part of the Supernatural family, you're never getting away. That's not
I never want to get away. I never want to get away. It's very cool to be a part of the family in this way.
Do you have any upcoming projects that you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, well, right now I'm working on another issue. I do motion comics. I'm a nerd through and through. So I'm working on a motion comic. I made my first one. Charles Soule did the Superman Wonder Woman issue number 52, and the Power Couple. So I launched that one last year for Valentine's Day. And you can check that one out on my YouTube channel. And it got a thumbs up. Like, Charles Soule, like the actual creator, sent me a tweet being like, "This is awesome," and I was like, "Okay." That I did not expect. So it kind of went a little viral there for a second, which was pretty cool. And so now I'm working on the second one, which I really, really love working on because it gets me, to use my voice, and I get to be in the studio and I get to be editing. And like I said, with Supernatural, like I appreciate, editing and sound effects and all of that cool stuff. So it's my way of getting to play in that arena. But that's what I'm working on next.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
You need to give me your YouTube channel information so that we can put that up there too.
I will. Yeah.
I'm sure all of us would love to watch that. Oh,
wow. Thank you. Yeah, it's really, really cool. So I'll send you a link. I'll send you a link via Twitter, and by all means, please have a watch. It was just a lot. It's a fun love project that I did with my fiance and two of my friends, and we got to go into the studio and just have a lot of fun, and it was really, really great. And I'm excited. I'm working on the second one, and that's the only project that I can talk about right now. Everything else is still in negotiations, but that is a passion project. So I will share that.
Yeah, please. Oh my God, I'm so psyched. I know what I'm watching after our time to nerd out again.
I love it.
What we also do here in the Supernatural family, which you're very well aware of, I'm sure, like for example, we get very heavily involved in charities and causes. For example, Jared's Always Keep Fighting campaign. Is there a particular charity or cause that you feel very passionate about?
It's funny because when I heard about Jared's Always Keep Fighting campaign, it really spoke to my heart because I have such an affection for mental illness and keeping ourselves strong in that sense, and to stay positive and how to stay focused and all of that. And if you are on my website, that's part of what I promote, even as an acting coach. It's just a different philosophy. And just because you can look at somebody on the outside and think they've got it all, like everybody carries whatever cross they bear. But I haven't actually affiliated myself with a charity as of yet. What my fiance and I have done most recently was give back to our artistic community. So in Vancouver, we sponsored and gave a donation to Mitch and Murray's production because they're doing Rapture. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm forgetting the name. Rapture. Oh, bad sponsor moment. But what you can do is you can go to Mitch and Murray's production and go check out their latest show. I don't know why it's slipping my mind right now. I'm just getting over a cold, so my brain is foggy. But we also give to actors who might have a class that they want to take, or something just to help make sure that people can foster their dreams, because we know what it's like to want to do something and feel like financially I can't do it. And I've always just been somebody who's like, if money's the reason you can't do something, that's just the worst reason not to do something. So we started giving to production companies and to individuals, or both, so that we can feel like we're actually giving back to the community that's really done so much for us. But I am still looking for a cause, and right now, Jared's a good one, because that's something I also really believe in. So I'm going to look more into that.
Yeah, and we'll look into, you said Mitch and Murray's production?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a Vancouver Playhouse, and they do really amazing theater, and they're always doing something that's cutting edge, and they're always doing something that makes the audience think, and they've always got a great lineup of people, and they're super talented. And I'm just really proud to with my fiance included, to be sponsoring them, because I was like, hey, I can't wait till we can give even more, and really help their company grow.
That's great.
Can I show this?
Oh, okay. Raven made a sign, and what
it
is
says, "You're awesome, Lisa."
Oh, I love it! Thank you. Oh, you're the best. Thank you.
I wanted to say that is so amazing that you and your fiance give back and make things possible for aspiring actors to chase their dreams and make their dreams real. That's amazing. That's something that I think a lot of us in the Supernatural fan community, you know, latch on to also. There's a lot of matchup programs where, you know, for example, if you have a fan that's having trouble getting to a convention, people rally forth and try to get a ticket to that person. Or if someone wanted to get a shirt from Jared's campaign but they couldn't afford it, they're matched with another person who would gift it to them. So that's something, you're just like a shoo-in for that.
It's, you know, and that's what I love about this show is I'm just like getting to meet Jared and being on set with so many people. I was just kind of like, wow, you guys are as awesome as I thought you would be, you know, and I got to watch the premiere with so much of the cast and the crew this year, and I was just blown away. Like I you know, watching the premiere under the stars in LA with like my favorite actors on TV right now, and I'm just like, somebody pinch me, somebody pinch me. But they're all really genuinely really great people. And when they say welcome to the family, it's not just a phrase in passing. It is a genuine welcome to the family, and they have been, everybody from, you know, all around has been so kind and so loving and supporting of me being a part of the family. And that's really like what warms my heart, you know, is to feel all of the love that everybody's throwing my way, just because, you know, I know the show, you know, and I know we've got our standards as an audience, myself included, that you know, I'm always like, come in and bring your A game while you're at it. And so it feels really great to have gotten such a warm welcome from everybody.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm going to jump to our chat window really quickly.
Cool.
We have, let's see here. Move it over to tab so I can see it better. Okay. Okay, Rogue is asking if you know Tamo Gadriel. You seem to share a similar philosophy about life.
I don't. But I follow him on Twitter as well, and I've had the chance to meet him once before because, you know, he knows the people at Continuum as well. But we haven't officially met, but I totally am on board with him too. I really love Annie, and our actress who, you know, because Kim Rhodes is the same way. Like she's all about empowering, and I just find that's the consensus of everybody on the show. So many of the cast and the crew, like everybody is just, they're really good people, you know, and really good human beings. So I mean, I'm not surprised, to be honest, that they have so many people that are like-minded and wanting to do good things in the world and be a part. I mean, even when I watch the show, the messages that I receive from it of just like always keep fighting, never give up. If I have a question that I put out into the universe, you know, that show Supernatural has been a part of so many answers in my life that I get why people are such huge fans of the show. Like I'm 100% like, I get it. You watch the show and you hear how everybody gives you some kind of clue or answer on how to kind of live your life a little bit better, how to keep going when you feel knocked down, how to, you know, pick yourself up by your bootstraps and to keep fighting, right? And it's really an honor. It's just an honor. I don't even know if that was answering a question. I was
no,
like,
you did.
But everybody, I'm not surprised that everybody's so like-minded.
It seems to be from a fan's experience, you know, that, you know, because I work at most of the conventions and I get to meet a lot of the actors, that they do have a very similar mindset and approach. So I do see what you're talking about. You get to work with them on top of that. So let's see. Oh, they're talking about ShyCon now. Okay, so let's try to get Lisa to a con. That's the next thing. Okay, so now Oh, here's comes the question you were looking forward to answering. Okay, so you're on an island. You're stranded. Could be a tropical island, desert island, whatever island you want it to be, and you can only bring one supernatural character with you.
Yeah.
Who would it be and why?
I am taking the trickster. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because then I can have everybody. Like that's the it's like when somebody asks you which X-Men would you be, and you're just kind of like, can I be somebody? Who can I be? Can I be the one who turns into all the other characters? And you're just like, yes. So I'm choosing the trickster. I'm choosing the trickster. Because then I could have Jared, I could have Jensen, I could have Billie, I could have everybody. Everybody could be there. It could be a party. We could have desserts that have no calories. We could have awesome times. And I was just like, this is the best. So I was like, when I saw that, I was like, I would definitely choose the trickster. Definitely.
That is such a great answer. No one, I asked that question to everyone I interview. You're the only one who has said the trickster.
Oh, really?
Yes, but it makes such sense. It's like, why didn't I think of that?
I was like, I mean, I'm right in the middle. It's funny because, like I was saying to you yesterday, I was just rewatching the series because I love it, and I can't be the only one who's watched it more than once. And I was just like, oh my God! So all the characters are pretty fresh. They're all really fresh up here. But when I saw that question, I was like, the trickster, duh! That's so what I would choose. And so I'm really excited. Like now I want that to be true.
That would be so cool. You know, I watch Supernatural on the TNT rewatch every morning too, because they have like a 3 or 4 hour block every day. That's one of the beauties of being able to work from home. So I have that on while I'm putzing around with my jewelry. And Changing Channels was on today.
Oh,
where Sam and Dean are thrown into TV land and the tricksters just messing with.
I love that one.
So that was on today. So that has to be one of your favorite episodes.
Is an actor who's and he's doing the whole like guys, like I'm just an actor here.
Oh no, that's the French Mistake you're thinking
of.
The
French Mistake. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, on the movie set.
Yeah, the movie says The French Mistake, and then Changing Channels is the one where they're thrown into. First, they're on Dr. Sexy, and then they're on the Nutcracker, and all that.
I love it.
Yeah. I mean, who thinks of this stuff?
I know they've got great imaginations. Like hands down, I have to just say, you guys have phenomenal imaginations. Like I would watch them. I want to get old watching them. Like I want to grow old with them. Like at the end of every season, I'm like, I can do that again. I can do that again. I don't know about anybody else. I really hope it's not canceled because I get that way. Like at the end of every season, like I think season 9, there was like a whole like we don't know what's gonna happen, and it felt like it took an extra long time to find out if they were coming back for a season. I was like, well, you can't end it there because that's rude. And so I was definitely like, we need a season 10 now because you definitely did not make that a final, the series is done kind of ending. And then at the end of season 10, I was like, I thought this was their last season. Like that can't be their last. And so I keep doing that every year. And I'm just like, I'm in. I start the season off with, that was awesome. And I end it with, I can't wait for the next one. Like I'm always ready to go for another season, whether I'm on it or not. So that's really cool.
Yeah. Is your fiance also a fan of the show?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're like, we do it together. Like there's nothing like right now. I was just saying to Dion, I was like, okay, because I've had the privilege of like binge watching so many TV shows and binge watching so many Supernatural episodes that I'm like, it's actually torturous to wait a week in between each episode. I was like, oh my God, Netflix, you've ruined me. So I'm just being patient and kind, but like the TV junkie in me is completely coming out. Coming out. Yeah. So I'm with all of the fans and be like, I can't wait till Wednesday.
When did you start? In what season? Because I was a late bloomer. I didn't start watching until the beginning of 2013.
Oh no, I was in it from go. I mean, I was in it from go. I was one of those people who, I mean, I love both of them on their, their respective, like when Jensen was on a soap opera, when Jared was on Gilmore Girls, like I was watching them both there. And
you were so hardcore.
yeah, so I've been following their careers, I guess, for a very long time. And then when I saw the Supernatural, I was like, well, that sounds like a plan. And the first season, I was kind of like, okay, I really dig it. And then by second season, when they started to really round out, the storyline, and by the third season, when they got into, okay, we're on a definite heaven, God, devil, angels, demons, this, that, and they just kept expanding the world more and more, I was like, you got me for the rest of my natural born life. Like I'm in. I'm in. But I've been in it for a while, but it's very rare. I don't watch a lot of series over again. I'm usually like, I'm done. That was good. The only ones I've watched over again that I watched like this is X-Files.
Mm-hmm.
This. Like the X-Files, I think I've seen the X-Files about 3 series over. Like I've seen that about 3. Like I know the X-Files because I was a fan of it like in high school. I was a fan of it, and then I wanted to watch it again. And it just also brings me back to a time when I was like, oh man, I just remember watching it with my sister and being so young and stupid and naive, and it was just really exciting, So this is rare. Like I don't do this with every show, but Supernatural is up there with X-Files for me.
Oh, wow. X-Files, you were in high school. Oh, my goodness. I was already like way out of college at that point. I'm so much. Anyway.
I was at the end of high school.
Okay. Well, we're talking, I was already out of college 4 years.
Oh, wow. You look fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
God.
It's all the drinking and smoking.
I would swear we were definitely the same age, for sure. If not,
wow,
you were younger. Oh, yeah. To hear that, it's blowing my mind a little bit.
I'm going to be 45 in a couple of months.
Are you sure you're not Black? I'm just kidding. You look fantastic. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, whatever you're using, bottle it, sell it online. You look fantastic. I would never have guessed that. Genuinely, I would never have guessed that.
Wow, thank you. That's very sweet of you. My kids, I think, keep me young as much as they try to give slow death. They also keep me young. Let me see. Oh, okay. Rogue is saying here. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me backtrack for a moment. Riley is saying she wants to know if you have a Tumblr account.
I don't. I was actually just looking at Tumblr today. Somebody had sent me a message on Twitter saying somebody had made something for me on Tumblr, and I was like, oh, that's so awesome. I have no idea. Now I'm dating myself. I have no idea what Tumblr is.
You see, I only use it to like promote my jewelry, and I don't know anything else about it. All I know is that when I post something to Instagram, I can share it on Tumblr, Twitter, and Facebook. So I just post it there. But I think it's primarily for pictures or links or whatever, and you just want to share that. You just want to put it out there. It's just another form of, showing what you got.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean,
I don't have a Tumblr. And I'm trying to get my Instagram reactivated. I got hacked the other day. So, yeah. So hopefully it'll get all sorted out by this evening. But I'm on Twitter and Facebook. That's what I got. Twitter, Facebook, and like YouTube. And I still find it crazy that people follow me on Pinterest when really I'm just like, that's just my online vision board. But okay.
Well, what on Pinterest? Well, is it the same? Is it @_Lisa Berry?
Pinterest, I'm just Lisa Berry Live. I'm pretty much, Lisa Berry Live.
Oh, okay.
Or no, I think I'm LB Hollywood, actually. LB Hollywood.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. So we'll go stalk you there. And on Twitter, you're @_Lisa Berry.
Yeah.
Riley's saying that Tumblr is a great place to connect with the fandom.
Ah, okay. Very cool. Okay. So I should look into getting a Tumblr account. Okay.
Okay. So let's see, what's the next? This is a very, I have these questions in such a disjointed order, so I apologize for that. Okay, so can you list for me the first 5 songs off of your favorite playlist?
Okay, hold on. Let me just grab my phone here. I just made my fiance happy 40th birthday playlist, so that's actually my favorite one right now. And the first 5 songs are That's When I Knew by Alicia Keys.
Okay.
Hey Lover featuring Boyz II Men and LL Cool J. Halo by Beyonce. Limitless by Alicia Keys, and Not Even the King by Alicia Keys. There's a lot of Alicia Keys on that album.
Okay, cool.
But those are my top 5 on my favorite playlist. Love songs.
Yeah, I've been married for like 14 years. I mean, love songs.
Oh man, wow, congratulations.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Your secret?
I have a very patient, understanding husband.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
That's what sums it up. He is very supportive and lets me go do my crazy stuff at the conventions and everything, and he's my rock. So
I love that. I love that.
Oh, a question about the empty. So, there's been a lot of buzz amongst the fans about, where we're going to see your character go, like we were talking about earlier. Can you share anything with us in terms of, is this empty actually going to be a key part coming up, or are you allowed to divulge anything like that?
Can't divulge anything like that.
Okay.
I mean, even as a fan, I was like, I couldn't give spoilers like that. But it is a real threat. It is a real threat.
Okay. That's really cool. So now we have the four levels. We've got hell, we've got purgatory, we've got heaven, and now we've got the empty.
Yeah.
Okay, and that brings me to my trivia question. For a chance to win Billie's Warning, which I will show y'all again.
I love it.
So Billie's Warning. So the question is, when Billie is confronting Sam and she's talking about how it's just such a, Death used to find it very funny that, Sam and Dean would die and then just, here they are again, that wasn't going to happen anymore, that Billie was going to make sure that didn't happen anymore because, accidents do happen, and that they were going to go accidentally to the empty. What happens when someone goes to the empty? Do you remember what Billie said about what happens in the empty? The first person to respond correctly will get Billie's Warning. Okay, and while we're waiting for the answer to come through, and let me preface this with, you can only answer if you've not won anything from me in the past 8 weeks. Because we got some really great, people are trigger fingers and they do, boom, they know, and I want to give everybody a fair shot. So what did Billie say about the empty that makes it so foreboding? What happens? And while they're answering that, I'm going to ask you to complete this sentence. All you need is
love.
Awesome. So you're totally into the Lennon-McCartney philosophy.
Yep.
That's great. That's great. A lot of people have answered with that, and then I remember Lauren Tom had also said compassion.
Yeah.
But that still falls under the realm.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to take the opportunity to say thank you to all of the fans who've personally reached out and welcomed me and just, said the kindest things on Twitter and Facebook, and, and I try and respond to everybody, personally because I know what it feels like when somebody I've reached out to on social media, you know, when they respond back to me. I know how wonderful that feels, and appreciated because you kind of put your heart out there, you know, and you hope that somebody doesn't destroy it or make you feel silly about doing that. So I just wanted to say a really genuine, big, open-hearted thank you to all of you guys, you as well. You know, like you guys have been, it's so great to be able to join a show and this show in particular, and to be received so warmly on all fronts. I just know that if anybody sends me a message, I will definitely try and get back to you. If not right away, then I'm just not near my phone, but I definitely will try and reach out and say thank you because I really appreciate it. It's so kind of you to do that.
Well, thank you. And we really appreciate how genuine and down to earth that you have been responding to all of us, and, you know, just, you know, being you. The fact that you responded so quickly to me, I was so blown away. And it means so much to have you here, you know, on So Get This. This is really, it means so much. And I believe that we have a winner, actually. Yeah, so Riley wrote, "There's no coming back from that," and that's exactly right. Billie said,
"There's no coming back. Nothing comes back from the empty." I love it. Congratulations, awesome. Riley.
Congrats, Riley. So all you have to do is contact me, direct message me on Twitter, and give me your address info, and I will have that sent out to you when I return from ChicagoCon next week.
I love Chicago.
Yeah, I've never, well, you know what, I was going to say I've never been. I've actually been there dozens of times. I've just never left the airport. Whenever I travel west, that's a layover for me in Chicago. So I'm always there just in the airport, you know. So.
I know, that's me with Philadelphia.
Oh, okay. Philadelphia's real good. Have you been outside the airport in Philadelphia?
I have not. I've been exactly the same way. I was like, I've been many times. I have no idea what it looks like, but Chicago is a beautiful city. I have a great
time. Wow. Okay, everybody's congratulating Riley. We're so excited. And Rogue saying that you are fantastic and that she cannot wait to see you again on a future episode.
Thank you, Rogue.
So excited. And welcome. You know, you were actually always a part of the Supernatural family, and now even more so than before. Oh, Rogue saying deep dish pizza.
Yeah. I mean, you got to try it. You got to at least try it once.
I don't know. I'm on a low carb thing now. I gotta, maybe I'll just eat the toppings. I'll just eat the toppings and we'll call it. I could say that I kind of tried Chicago pizza, but wow. Does anybody, you have 1 minute left if you have another question for Lisa while we wrap up. In the meantime, let's just see. Yeah, I got through everything. I just want to thank you tremendously from the bottom of my heart for being so amazing and for taking the time to chat with us tonight. And again, we are just so excited to learn that you are going to be on future episodes. And wow, so you're giving us something more to look forward to, some more Winchester threatening, hopefully. And
always. I have not come on as a nice character to those boys at all.
You know, they need to be shaken up a bit. They've gotten too comfortable
enough. They haven't been through enough.
King of Hell is like a joke to them at this point. So
yeah,
they need a force to be reckoned with. So
they haven't dealt with the empty yet. They've dealt with heaven, hell, purgatory, but I'm coming and going, no, the empty's different.
Yeah, that's going to be really great to see how that develops, because that's something brand new, a whole new concept that we've not been graced with yet. Oh, there is one last question. Rogue's asking, what character would you like to see return besides the Trickster?
Ooh, that's a good one. I mean, I'll always say Lucifer.
That's good.
Like, he's awesome. I actually just started watching Quantico, and he's on that too. He's on that show now too. So I was like, ah. And I loved him on Being Human. Yeah, I'm a nerd through and through. Like, that's my genre. So that'd probably be the only other character that I'd be like, yeah.
Fantastic. I mean, yes, Lisa is a fangirl like the rest of us, and then some. I mean, wow, it's been great talking to you.
So great talking to you. It's nice to have people to nerd out with.
Yeah, totally.
And my fiance. We're like, but did you see what DC's doing with Marvel? And then Marvel's doing this? I can't even believe it. This is crazy. Or, oh my God, The Walking Dead and this and that. Is like, well, did you see what happened on Supernatural? Like, it's usually just us. So it's nice to have fans to be kind of like, what are you guys watching?
Oh, you have totally found Nerd Central with us. We are
I'm really excited.
always up for a great, a great debate.
I love it. I love it.
And we're getting some free Lucifers in the chat room. Free Lucy. Yes, we want a free Lucifer now. Wow. So thank you for nerding out and getting your geek on with us. And wow, this has been a very fast hour.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe how fast that went. Yeah, that was a really fast hour. When you're having fun, right?
And I have to tell Raven, wow, like, thank you for only video bombing me once or twice this time. I guess that's why it went so fast, because she usually, I mean, you can ask these guys out here, like, isn't Raven like practically sitting on my lap with her face in front of mine usually during the interviews? So yeah, this has been great.
Well, I give her a big hug and a big kiss, and thank you for my little poster. That was awesome. That was awesome.
Thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing you again very, 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 very soon. And hopefully, sometime this season we can have a follow-up interview with you to see how things are going.
I love that.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Lisa. It was an honor to talk to you.
You as well. Thank you.
Bye,
everybody. You guys are awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. You have a good night, and we'll talk very soon.
Okay. Bye, Han.
Thanks, Lisa. Bye. Well, thank you all for joining in and having a great conversation with us. This was fantastic. Lisa and I had a brief time chatting last night while we were testing, and I knew that she was a fan of the show, but I learned just as you did that her fandom goes way farther back than mine does, and that's really cool. And I'm just so grateful that she was able to share some time with us and talk to us. And again, thank you, Riley. Congrats on winning. Here we go. Billie's warning. So don't forget to message me with your address information. I will make sure that gets out to you when I return from Chicago. And you will be buddies with Lisa, because she will be getting one as well. All right. And I will see you, Rogue. I will see you on Friday. And I'll see all of you next week on Tuesday. And the following Tuesday, actually, I will be interviewing Riley as well as her companions who run the Wayward Daughters Academy. So in 2 Tuesdays, we will be interviewing the Wayward Daughters Academy. Tune in. It's going to be friggin' epic as always. And you all have a good night. Thank you so much. Bye.